I needed to create a little video studio in my house, and all it took was moving some things around and building this little 3D backdrop. This is a rental house, so I needed something that was light and wouldn't put a bunch of nail holes in the walls. So here it is, I'm going to teach you how to do it. Check the description for the materials you'll need and their links. Start by measuring your space. For the ones I'm using, each panel is 19.7 inch by 19.7. After lining it out on the wall and seeing how it would look behind me, I settled on using 6 panels instead of 9 or 12. Once you decide on your size, you'll need to cut your 1x1s to length and paint them black so they're nice and sleek looking when the backdrop is completed. I also cut and painted some little triangle pieces to strengthen the corners of the frame. Next step, lay out your black foam poster board and place the panels on top of it so you can cut them to size. The foam poster boards serve as a backing for the entire thing since the 3D panels don't have a flat back. I just cut them to size using a basic utility knife. I marked out where the 1x1 frame boards would go about a ½ inch in from the edge of the poster board. I test fit them, then added wood glue to one side. I put one wood screw in each corner, pre-drilled of course, to strengthen the frame, as well as glue and screws in the triangle corner pieces. I put some weight on it and let the glue dry. Then I used a staple gun to staple the poster board to the wood frame just for good measure. I taped the seam with black duct tape so it stays in place and doesn't end up bowing out over time. I then made sure all panels fit as planned and drew out where the seams in the panels would be. The next step is to stick the panels to the foam poster board using double-sided tape. This stuff is actually ridiculously sticky, so take your time measuring and placing it. The red stuff is just liner tape. Leave it on until you're ready to stick. It's also hard to cut, but scissors seem like the best way to do it. When you're ready to stick, take your time lining one edge of your panel up before you place it down flat. Make sure that first one is lined up right and the rest should fall into place. Here's the most important part. If you're using 3D panels that are asymmetrical like mine, make doubly sure you're placing it the correct way before you stick it down. The sticky tape is incredibly sticky and it won't be easy to pull back up and place it correctly. I made this mistake, as you can see, and it actually took a layer of the poster board off in order to pull the tape off and do it right. Okay, here comes the fun part, the LED light strip. This thing is super cool and has a ton of colors and patterns you can use, and it can be controlled by an app on your phone. It's also the perfect length for this size backdrop. It's got a plug-in with a control and a long reel of essentially tape that you'll just remove the backing paper and stick to your frame. I started mine about center or where my outlet was on the wall and ended up right back there. The final step is to add the brackets and hang it on the wall. I just used a little framing kit that had a screw and a bracket for each side. Measure where you want these on the wall, make sure they're level, and then the corresponding place on your frame depending on how high you want it on the wall. Final step is to hang it, plug in the lights, and decide what color wash you want to use. I think it turned out nice and it's been a very professional and fun backdrop for my videos. Give this a like if this video was helpful.